I open my eyes and the world outside is already buzzing with the gentle rhythm of a brand new day, painted in the vibrant colors of a perfect morning. The cheerful chirping of birds echoes near my window pane, and warm, golden sunlight dances playfully across the wooden floorboards, slipping through the small gaps in the curtains. By all normal standards, this should be an incredibly energetic and inspiring morning, the kind that makes you want to leap out of bed. But the exact moment I wake up, the very first thing that suffocates me is not a wave of excitement, but a heavy, familiar sense of dread. It is the crushing, invisible pressure of a relentless corporate cycle that never seems to stop, a hamster wheel that I am utterly exhausted from running on. My name is June, and to almost everyone looking in from the outside, I have secured an absolute dream job that many people strive for. A high-level manager at a prestigious luxury hotel, complete with a highly stable monthly salary, excellent benefits, and a remarkably professional, glamorous working environment. But absolutely no one knows that behind this perfectly ironed, crisp uniform and my well-rehearsed, polite smiles lies a soul that is slowly and silently withering away day by day. I feel exactly like a sophisticated machine, meticulously programmed to handle VIP complaints, hit monthly revenue targets, and constantly please everyone else around me, while completely forgetting how to nurture or please my own heart. As I sit there observing the endless stream of people rushing to their offices, I suddenly realize there are probably millions of people out there who are feeling exactly like me, carrying the same invisible burdens. We are all deeply trapped within the very comfort zones and gilded cages that we worked so incredibly hard and sacrificed so much to build over the years. In that profound moment of clarity, a wonderfully crazy idea sparks vividly in my mind. Why don't I start a podcast from scratch? I want to create a small, intimate audio corner where weary, burnt-out souls can gather, find each other in the vast digital space, and offer genuine comfort. To actually make that beautiful vision a reality, I desperately need time, and more importantly, I need to finally start living for myself instead of a corporate entity. That very morning, sitting at my mahogany desk, I made a monumental decision that still takes my breath away and makes my heart race whenever I think about it. I drafted and sent my official resignation letter. I had absolutely no perfect backup plan, no safety net of savings, and certainly no new company waiting for me with open arms. I consciously and deliberately chose to cut my own safety rope to see if I could fly. The physical sensation of finally walking out of those grand hotel glass doors for the very last time, carrying a small cardboard box filled with my personal belongings, is indescribably strange and surreal. It is an overwhelming, intoxicating mixture of extreme, unadulterated freedom and an absolutely terrifying, paralyzing sense of the unknown future. The crisp air hits my face differently, and I know that starting tomorrow morning, I am officially a remote freelancer working entirely from my own home. There will be no more rigid schedules, no more demanding bosses, but also no more guaranteed paychecks waiting for me at the end of the month. The first 3 days immediately following my drastic resignation play out exactly like a wonderfully indulgent, endless honeymoon phase. I happily sleep in until noon without the shrill panic of an alarm clock. I stay lounging in my comfortable pajamas all day long, and I binge-watch all the movies I had missed over the past year while sipping hot tea. I confidently tell myself that this freelance life is pure, unadulterated bliss, and that I should have made this transition years ago. I am completely blinded by the initial euphoria of having no immediate responsibilities. But slowly and inevitably, the profound silence of my apartment starts to speak volumes. When you work a traditional 9-to-5 office job, your personal value and identity are often heavily tied to the prestigious title printed neatly on your corporate ID card. But now, having packed away that shiny silver manager name tag into a dusty drawer, I find myself sitting completely still in the middle of a quiet, empty room, intensely wondering who I really am without it. What are my actual marketable skills when I no longer have a massive company brand backing me up and giving me authority? A deep, unsettling sense of uncertainty and profound imposter syndrome begins to creep into every single cell of my body, making me question my own worth. Being a full-time freelancer essentially means you are suddenly handed your entire day's worth of time to manage completely on your own, down to the very last minute. It sounds incredibly empowering on paper, but in reality, it feels exactly like being thrown into the middle of a raging ocean without a compass or a life jacket. There is no manager hovering to assign urgent tasks, and no friendly colleagues knocking on your cubicle to invite you to a casual lunch. I have to step up and be my own strict boss, but the glaring problem is that the boss inside my head keeps constantly compromising with procrastination and vague, paralyzing fears of failure. I quickly and painfully realize the harsh, unforgiving truth hidden inside the word freelance. Absolute freedom always comes heavily coupled with absolute self-reliance. The monthly rent, the rising electricity bills, and the daily living expenses do not magically pay for themselves just because I am following my passion. The crushing weight of isolation and the mounting financial pressure start to literally choke me, making it hard to breathe on certain days. There are dark, quiet nights when I sit staring blankly as my bank balance drops dangerously low, and I almost burst into defeated tears, desperately wanting to knock on my old company's door and beg for my safe, predictable corporate job back. But during those lowest moments of despair, every single time my hand brushes against the cold metal of this recording microphone sitting on my desk, I firmly remind myself that this is the exact, unpredictable path I willingly chose. I did not leave my comfortable life just to surrender at the first sign of a storm. Since I managed to gather the immense courage to walk away from a golden cage, I must somehow find the resilient courage to keep putting one foot in front of the other. The game of survival and self-discovery is only just beginning, and I refuse to lose. I make a firm decision to pull myself together and radically shift my entire mindset. Instead of sitting around passively letting depression and anxiety consume my energy, I grab a marker, stand in front of a large whiteboard, and begin to rigorously structure my entire workflow from scratch. I come to the crucial realization that to survive this fierce freelance jungle, I have to stop treating this like a hobby and start treating myself as a serious, functioning small business. I am the CEO, the marketing department, the janitor, and the product all rolled into one, and it is time to act like it. I strategically break down the massive financial problem into smaller, manageable pieces to figure out exactly where my daily income will come from. I decide that a solid portion of it will be generated from freelance copywriting and content creation, while another significant part will come from offering remote project management consulting, leveraging the valuable operational skills I acquired from my grueling hotel days. And with whatever precious time I have left over, I will pour my entire heart, soul, and undivided creative energy into nurturing my true passion project and spiritual child, the production of June's podcast. I meticulously establish a new daily routine forged from absolute iron discipline, knowing that motivation is fleeting but habits are permanent. Even though my daily commute is just a few steps from my bedroom to my living room, I force myself to wake up sharply at 8 o'clock in the morning, get dressed in proper work clothes, and sit upright at my desk. I dedicate hours to learning how to manage erratic cash flow, how to professionally pitch and communicate with cold clients via email, and most importantly, how to firmly say no to the warm, seductive temptation of my comfortable bed calling my name in the middle of the afternoon. And then, after countless hours of drafting and editing, the very first episode of my podcast is finally born into the world. Sitting alone in the quiet of my room, I speak directly into the microphone and share absolutely all of my vulnerabilities, my intense feelings of instability, and the darkest, most terrifying corners of my transitional journey. I pour all my suppressed emotions into the audio track without holding anything back. Finally, I hit the publish button, completely turn off my laptop, and go straight to sleep, holding zero expectations of success, viewing it merely as a necessary therapeutic release for my own sanity. However, the initial few weeks of my solo entrepreneurial journey are paved with relentless, ego-crushing rejection. For every 10 carefully crafted, highly personalized emails I desperately send out proposing my freelance services to potential clients, 9 of them disappear into the void without a single reply, and the one response is usually a polite decline. The silence is deafening and incredibly discouraging. During those overwhelmingly difficult days, I find myself staring blankly at the ceiling, seriously wondering if I am just foolishly digging my own financial grave and ruining my previously spotless career trajectory for a pipe dream that will never materialize. But you know what they say. The universe truly does not fail those who blindly persevere through the darkest of times. As I anxiously transition into my second month of freelancing, a small but magnificent miracle unexpectedly knocks on my door. One random, ordinary morning, I wake up to find my phone vibrating aggressively off the nightstand with an endless stream of notifications. To my absolute shock and disbelief, that very first Raw podcast episode 1 recorded in my darkest moment has suddenly gone completely viral, rapidly spreading across social media platforms and reaching thousands of ears I never imagined I could touch. Hundreds of deeply emotional messages from total strangers begin pouring into my inbox. June, thank you so much for this. I am trapped in a job I hate just like you were. And listening to your podcast gives me the exact motivation I needed to keep going today. You honestly have no idea how overwhelming it felt. Sitting alone in my apartment, reading those raw confessions, I literally jumped up and down, laughing and crying simultaneously like a child who just received the greatest gift in the world. The profound electric feeling of genuinely connecting with other human beings on the exact same emotional frequency is utterly indescribable and intoxicating. The absolute climax of that unforgettable day comes later in the afternoon when my phone suddenly chimes with a sharp notification, confirming the very first successfully processed payment from a freelance client. Even though the actual monetary amount is ridiculously small compared to my previous hefty corporate manager's salary, it honestly feels more massive and valuable in my eyes than any paycheck I have ever received. I proudly earned this money entirely from zero, utilizing nothing but my own skills and determination. I am so overwhelmingly joyful that I immediately order a giant premium boba tea with extra toppings and joyfully spin my very confused cat around the room. From that pivotal moment on, the chaotic gears of my new life finally begin to synchronize and run with a beautiful, smooth rhythm. New, exciting freelance projects organically start to find their way to my inbox through referrals, and I no longer have to beg for work. More importantly, I have finally learned how to cultivate genuine joy and peace amidst the solitary nature of remote work. I routinely pack my laptop to work from brightly lit, bustling local cafes, typing away efficiently while savoring a sweet pastry and observing the world. The freelance life I had desperately dreamed of is finally, undeniably starting to bloom right before my very eyes. Having painfully navigated through the intense highs and terrifying lows of this unpredictable journey, I can now clearly see that the delicate line between true freedom and crushing responsibility is razor thin. Freedom is not simply the absence of a boss or an alarm clock. It is a heavy burden that requires immense strength to carry. You only truly earn the right to enjoy your freedom when you prove that you are disciplined and brave enough to take full, uncompromising responsibility for your own survival and success. The freedom to design your own life is the ultimate reward for mastering the art of self-reliance. If you are sitting there watching this video right now, secretly harboring a burning desire to write your own daring resignation letter and jump headfirst into the chaotic world of freelancing just like I did, I need you to listen closely. I am definitely not going to feed you the toxic, empty positivity of saying, just blindly follow your passion, take the leap, and the magical universe will take care of the rest. That is a dangerous lie. The harsh reality is that the universe is incredibly busy, and it absolutely does not care about your dreams. You will have to ruthlessly fight to take care of yourself every single day. I want to be brutally honest with you about the dark side of this path. There will inevitably be long, agonizing stretches of days where you stare at a completely empty inbox and generate absolutely zero income despite working tirelessly. There will be deeply isolating, terrifying nights where you break down crying on your living room floor, paralyzed by anxiety, doubting your own talents, and wondering if you made the biggest, most irreversible mistake of your entire professional life. The psychological warfare you will have to wage against your own inner critic is far more exhausting than any demanding boss or difficult client you have ever dealt with in the corporate world. But having said all of that, if you have practically and meticulously prepared a solid financial buffer to survive at least 6 months of zero income, if you possess the fierce, unyielding mental discipline required to consistently defeat your own laziness and procrastination, and if your burning desire to completely own and dictate the terms of your existence is vastly greater than your fear of the unknown, then I urge you to take that terrifying leap. Do not let the fear of striking out keep you trapped in a life that feels too small for your soul. Gather your courage, trust your preparation, and boldly step off the ledge. Embarking on the journey of solo entrepreneurship is an incredibly lonely and arduous expedition, demanding sacrifices that most people are simply unwilling to make. However, the spectacular life-changing results and the profound sense of self-actualization will always be waiting faithfully at the end of the long road for those resilient few who refuse to give up. True freedom is a luxury that is absolutely never handed out to the lazy or the faint of heart. It is the ultimate, most glorious reward reserved strictly for those with the immense courage to fight for the life they truly want to live, on their own terms. My personal journey as June is really only just beginning, and I am still learning and growing every single day as I navigate this beautiful, chaotic freelance life. If my rambling stories and shared experiences today have managed to give you even a tiny spark of strength or a moment of clarity, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to meet and support each other on this platform. I sincerely wish you a wonderfully peaceful day. And above all, I hope you find enough courage within yourself to finally do what you love. Good night. Have a sweet dream. And see you in the next story.